It's time to meet the middleweight fighters. First, fighting out of the knockouts, haircuts from the red corner. From Trials, Mixed Martial Arts in Fort Collins, Colorado, Austin.
Mixed martial arts bout of the evening. For Brazilian wrestling, known as stand.
Everything else from here on out is MMA action, and we started off with this, a 185-pound fight featured Mr. Hathaway in the red trunks facing off against Mr. Vigil in the green trunks. Hathaway representing Child's Play MMA, and in the green trunks, Vigil representing Trials MMA. See a lot of Child's Play MMA fighters represented here in Sparta Combat League and Trials. They make a great name for themselves all over the state and pretty much every promotion.
Absolutely right. Very well said.
And immediately we see Vigil looking to wrap up head control. Good job with his posture, keeping his head up inside there by Hathaway.
You know, one of the things that I'd like to highlight too, JR, and we've kind of talked about this off the mics, is Trials MMA is no longer considered really a wrestling school anymore. You know what I mean? When they first came out here and kind of established themselves in Colorado, they were well versed and famous for their wrestling prowess with guys like Ed Herman and Ryan Schultz.
And Vigil coming out of that non-wrestling school, putting on some great wrestling display right here, Ron.
That's absolutely right. But they've really evolved into a very, fine, top-level type of facility where their striking skills are very well displayed as well as their ground game.
Yep, and almost getting ready to jump guard there is Vigil. Must feel that he has that head control really solid, almost like he's under the chin if he's willing to jump for it. And Hathaway in a better position now, I can see, battling hands. In fact, he's comfortable enough that he's letting go of the hands and trying to wrap up the takedown. There he goes for it, wanted to skip off to the side. Hathaway did not get the position that he wanted on the ground, but his head is free, so let's see what Vigil offers up off of his back.
Good heavy pressure right now from Hathaway as he's got Vigil pinned against the cage, and he's looking to really establish a little bit of offense right now by mitigating any kind of movement that Vigil's going to offer.
And Vigil was very, very calm on the bottom there and just almost at will able to stand up. Hathaway comes through with a hard leg kick, though, and Vigil dropping his hands quite a bit. Got to be careful of that.
And that's why,
in case Hathaway decides to go upstairs with a kick and able to slap one across the tree, Vigil looking to recover here. Eats a hard body shot. That's a smart move by Hathaway. And suck that energy out of your opponent when they're hurt.
And Hathaway really keeping the pressure on Vigil right now. He realizes that he's got Vigil stung, but Vigil doing a nice job of recovering and putting Hathaway against the cage to, again, minimize some damage.
Vigil, good job with his trip attempts, but Hathaway wise to it, uses good footwork to maintain his balance. And Hathaway again escapes the head control, pressures forward with punches. Now it's Hathaway looking for the takedown, but he got sat down onto his bottom. And they're over in the corner of Vigil. 10-second clacker sounded. I think we're going to ride out this position here and see a round two.
Good round by both fighters. Once again, we want to thank our sponsors. Last Call Tavern. This fight's brought to you by that fine establishment where there's great food, great prices, and again, it's your home for all UFC fights. They sponsor our beautiful ring girls here, and that's where Sparta Combat hosts its official after party is Last Call Tavern, so stop by and have a cold one. JR, how'd you see that first round?
I think Hathaway had the pressure on, enjoyed a little bit more time in the dominant position. more damaging with his strikes.
Agreed, 100%. 10-9 for me. Second round underway here.
Vigil looking like he's recovered from that head kick that he took late in round number 1. Comes out throwing some hard leg kicks. Hathaway looks to answer back now.
You know, Vigil does look a little bit more cautious this round. I think he tasted some of the power of Hathaway and really is kind of second-guessing a lot of his initial burst inside.
And he's put about 6 solid leg kicks onto Hathaway's leg, and Hathaway's starting to feel the sting there a little bit. You can see he's starting to pull it back and a little bit wary of Vigil coming in, trying to land another one on there.
Jumpy off that front leg, too, a little bit, and there's why.
And he's trying to distance his way out of it, but Vigil with the faster footwork and Hathaway not able to get out of the way needs to start working on some checks if he's going to have to stand there and be within range. Goes for the Superman punch and then swings with rights and lefts, does Hathaway.
Absolutely.
And connected there as Vigil just put his chin up in the air and ran forward in a sprint. Got in close like he wanted. Let's see if he can take it to good effect. And
he's got that underneath him.
Looks like it's tight. Doesn't have full guard, I don't think.
And Vigil doing a nice job of jumping to the other side. And he should be out.
And he's going to be okay now. Hathaway had to make an adjustment. Wasn't going to get the choke. Needs to start looking forward as to what's going to happen here. And Vigil looking to settle into his position here. Half guard. He's wanting to bring that right leg through, but Hathaway doing a good job in the scramble. Trying to come up on top, but Vigil again showing that head control.
Good hips as well by Vigil.
And Hathaway, good job driving his hips forward as well to get back to his feet.
Absolutely. I like the gameness of Mr. Hathaway here. He's showing some heart. A lot of it.
Absolutely. See if Hathaway is able to close off the takedown here. He's under the leg. He's got to rip his opponent's base backward now, try to pull him off of the cage. And able to do so. Gets his hips away, his feet up in the air, and that's the elevation that Hathaway needed to get this takedown.
And really a nice job of Hathaway right now kind of starting to put the pressure on and really distance the scoring, because I think he's controlling this fight as we speak, and he's also got Vigil in a bad spot right now and late in the second round. So again, judges remember this type of things when they're judging fights.
Vigil looking for the Kimura sweep there. Hathaway having none of it. Circles around to the back, puts in one hook. It's pretty tight against the fence. Don't know if he'll be able to get that right hook in or not, but Hathaway digging hard for this rear naked choke. 10 seconds left. Hathaway's a little bit high. I think Vigil's going to be able to ride it out. Hathaway, I believe, wisely goes for some strikes, and we're going to see round 3.
Really good second round as well from both of these guys. Both corners exit the cage. Third and final round about to begin here. Referee Curtis Thrasher making sure both fighters are ready. Cage doors locked. James Hathaway versus Austin Vigil here in a hell of a fight here for the second fight so far of the day.
And we started off round number 2 with Vigil blasting away leg kicks, and Hathaway takes a page out of that book. Comes out and opens round 3 with a couple of solid leg kicks of his own. Met that check hook on his way in, though, but quickly back to his feet and driving for the takedown is Hathaway.
Very nice reshot by James Hathaway. I'm sorry, Andrew Hathaway.
And again, able to get the takedown off the cage is Hathaway.
Yeah, I like his determination here. He's He's a guy that when he realizes he's in a bad spot, he reacts and he gets himself into a good spot and then keeps the pressure on. I like that in this kid.
He defines grinder. He just keeps moving. He will not stop. Speaking of Hathaway, and enjoying top position now midway through round number 3.
And you said it best. He ate quite a few leg kicks last round early, too.
He sure did. So this is a good position for him here on the ground. Able to let that leg rest a little bit, not having to use his footwork, not letting those muscles tighten up like they might be, and, of course, being offered up as a target for Vigil, because I'm sure his corner was in his ear saying if you have a chance to get a couple more of those shots in, let it happen.
And a very nice job of keeping that heavy hip pressure and really establishing a dominant top game, especially while he's got Vigil against that cage. Really, really nice work right there from Mr. Hathaway.
Earlier in the fight, we saw Vigil able to basically just back against the cage and stand up, and Hathaway knows that he has that skill, has made the adjustments, keeping that heavy pressure and getting off some good shots to the body as well.
He really very active. Getting really, really impressed with Andrew Hathaway here.
And for Vigil on the bottom, he's nonstop. He's trying to do all the right things. Just happens that Hathaway on top has an answer for him.
Correct. Exactly right.
Referee Curtis Thrasher, not sure what he's in there for. Maybe somebody grabbing somebody else's glove. And now Hathaway postures trying to get a couple of big strikes. Where you're in tight, you can work away with what's typically termed chipping shots. You pile up a little bit of damage, but it's those really big shots that really impress the judges and really cause more damage on your opponents. Create some space, get some power and velocity into your strikes.
And still, I mean, look, we're looking at Andrew Hathaway here. He's had complete control in this third and final round, which was a very critical round for scoring, of course, as we know. And he's done an exceptional job of keeping himself in this dominant position. And again, Vigil escaped so beautifully in the first round, but Hathaway doing such a superior job with the last 10 seconds in this third and final round of just keeping that pressure on, and not just keeping the pressure on, but keeping the damage coming. Great, great performance by Andrew Hathaway. Outstanding.
Scores about 30-27, and Judge McHugh scores about 30-27. Declaring your winner by unanimous decision, fighting out of the blue corner, Andrew Hathaway. Shot in the cage with Andrew. Andrew, take me through that fight. Looked like you were in control from start to finish. We had you in some submission attempts early on. You were able to fight out those, get some big strikes in that second round.
I knew he had some grappling experience. I did this fight on Thursday morning, so I'm kind of tired, but I just went out there and I believed in myself, and I went out there and won this fight.
It worked out for you well, man. Now, what's the future hope for you?
I wanted a shot at the welterweight title. I've worked hard, I've been ready for whoever.
And you'll have more chance to prepare for that one too, hopefully.
Yes, sir.
Who do you want to thank?
I want to thank my mom. She's got a hospital on Wednesday. My grandmother, Amanda, my best friend Carl, Luis, and I want to say happy birthday to my son who just turned 5 last week. So, thank you, everybody.
Congratulations on a well-earned victory. Give it up for your winner, Andrew Hathaway. Please direct your attention once again to the screens